So we're here at the Men's Shed in South Melbourne, which is Jim's charity of choice. We love the Men's Shed movement. You might have seen a video of Jim recently at the local Mooroolbark Men's Shed. But behind me today we're with John Wilds and his son, who have donated a whole bunch of plants. They're getting involved with the local Men's Shed here in South Melbourne. It's a fantastic organisation. So let's come inside and meet the team.
Abhijit, I'm the president here at the Men's Shed. We've got three broad areas at the shed. So there's the woodworking shed, which is behind me that you can see. And then over behind this shed is a metalworking shed, where we've got welding and metal lathes and milling machines and so forth. So we're here in the metal shed now. So we've got some beautiful equipment in here, and this has again been very painstakingly put together primarily through donations. So we often have folks passing away, and then they have their own businesses or they have hobbies of their own, and the families have very kindly make donations to us. This was a lovely setup from a gentleman that made these amazing train model sets, and so this was a setup that we inherited from them. So yeah, so you got lathes, large, small, we've got milling machines, and we've got a whole setup for TIG and MIG welding. And this is where all the metal work happens. And then we've got the garden just behind us, which we'll have a look at presently, which produces the kitchen garden that makes vegetables that gets used by members themselves. And then in here in the wooden shed, we're helping out communities. People come in here, members have their own projects that they work with, but also members of community come along. So we have the local kindergartens, local schools, Port Phillip Eco Centre. We have a close relationship with them. So we're often making little libraries, little bits of furniture. The kindergarten will come in and say, hey, we've got some toys that need fixing, and we'll repair those. We can have a look at some of this work that's going on there. Is stock that's being made for the South Melbourne markets. We're a charitable organisation, as are most men's sheds. So a lot of our work comes from making things that make people make donations for, or selling stuff for at the market. A lot of the conversations are around, mental health. It's about making. Ours is very much a maker-driven community, but we feel it's kind of therapy through making. It's kind of, when you're making stuff, the mind's not playing tricks on you. So all of us need a community that we can plug into and get a bit of support. We get a good mix. When we ask the question, what kind of people come in? It's all sorts. People with a lot of skills. So we've got folks in here who are retired aeronautical engineers and retired engineers and woodworking teachers, and they want to keep their hand in and do precision work. There's others like myself who didn't have much of a background, but was very hungry and keen to learn. So we come along and the folks get involved and teach. There's others who are just looking for a bit of companionship. They just want to come in, and we've got a lunchroom inside. They want to have a cuppa, chat with a mate, maybe watch a bit of telly, read the newspaper, and we're very welcoming of that as well. So it's the full gamut. There's people come in with very single-minded focus of going, I want to build a table, I want to build a wardrobe. And they get stuck into it, and others come in going, I just want to help. I want to give something back to the community. So very diverse backgrounds, and people come in not knowing quite what they want, and they find their passion. So we've got a group who are very heavily involved in the garden, and they're growing fruits and vegetables. We have a beekeeping initiative, and people who had absolutely no background in bees but fell in love with that concept get involved. We've got a couple of young ladies who are involved in the metal shed, and they came in just with a curiosity, and now they're absolutely cracking good welders, which is quite a fine skill. So yeah, very diverse background of interests and folks from lots of different backgrounds. So here's John, hard at work, and then behind him is Adam and a few of our members helping out. We're so grateful to Jim's Mowing for coming down, and to John and Adam for coming out and helping us out. So this is a project we've been trying to get off the ground since last year. We've tried our best, but it hasn't really come together, and John and Adam have come to our rescue and really pulling it together. They've organized the mulch, there's plants they've brought in, and they're telling us exactly which way to go about things, which is such a blessing. So yeah, very, very grateful to the Jim's group and the Jim's Mowing family for the help they've brought us today. Really appreciate it.
I'm John Wilds from Jim's Mowing. Myself and Jodie, my wife, we run the southeast Melbourne region of Jim's. Someone volunteered to help or suggested I go down to the men's shed to help them. So I came down to talk to them maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and just took it from there. They wanted to get this garden space done up. So we came out and had a look, and myself and Jodie have donated all the plants, and my son Adam and myself, we've donated our time to come and help and get the volunteers from the men's shed. There's lots of franchisees that give back, whether it's ours or maybe you'll get a neighbour who needs some help, so they mow a free lawn, or it could be an older person that you just help out. The men's shed was a real eye-opener for me. I'd never been to one. I had no idea what went on, so I came down a couple of weeks ago and had lunch with them and spoke to people, and there's women also in the men's shed, which is great. Probably back when the men's shed, the word men was put in, but now it's, you know, all encompassing and all sexes can come in. It doesn't matter, men or women. But it's a really good meeting place. So it's, people talk, people come to learn different skills, people come to volunteer their time to help out the local community here, whether it's fixing furniture, because you can see here, there's a housing commission in the background there. So they help those people out to fix up stuff for them. So it's great.
So we hope you enjoy that tour with the Men's Shed, and big thank you to the Men's Shed for having us down, and also for John for donating his time and getting us involved in this. We love the Men's Shed movement. It's a fantastic organisation. It's why we put it out there so much online, and we'd love to see many franchisees or just anyone in general get involved with their local Men's Shed. They can use labour, they can use material, they can use any donations for equipment, and it all goes directly to these organisations. It's not getting sucked up in admin or marketing fees or anything like that. All that money goes directly to helping out the Men's Shed. So please get involved with it. Check out the details below. We hope you enjoyed the tour today of the Men's Shed.